What about eggs? Do you know, I leave that up to the person. Some people have come to me and said, Barbara, we've got the healthiest chooks. We give them organic grain. We love our eggs. I say, eat eggs. I leave it to the person. Michael and I hardly ever eat an egg. In fact, someone gave us a dozen organic eggs and they just sat in the fridge for 6 months because we're not that keen. So it's something that I leave up to the person. But sometimes we have people come to our health retreat. We'll have a guy, I was going to say bloke, you don't call him bloke, a man. He's a bachelor, and when I say to him, organic eggs, he's greatly relieved because that's easy. So I really leave it up to the person. There's something happening quietly inside the bodies of millions of people over 50. It doesn't announce itself with loud symptoms at first. It doesn't send you rushing to the doctor. Instead, it creeps in slowly. You might notice your grip isn't what it used to be. The stairs feel steeper than before, or carrying the groceries seems heavier each year. This isn't just getting older, this is sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that robs seniors of independence. And here's the shocking truth. It doesn't have to be this way. The body was designed with the ability to rebuild, regenerate, and even reverse weakness when given the right tools. You've probably been told that the answer lies in eating more eggs or downing protein shakes. But what if I told you there's something far more powerful, something most people overlook, that can rebuild your muscle faster and more effectively than eggs ever could? Today, I want to show you exactly what that is and how it can change the way you age. Before we start, drop in the comments from where you are watching this video and what health topic you'd like to see in the next video. As a special thank you for joining us today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment about why you want to win my best-selling book. And I believe that it's very important for us to prepare for our latter years. How many people don't do that, and their latter years, unfortunately, are spent in misery? We need to be preparing for our latter years, and one of the probably most effective ways to do that is to keep the body strong, fit. Of course, giving it lots of water and nourishing food, and we've looked at that. But why muscle loss is not normal? Aging. So many people accept frailty as part of growing old. They say, well, of course I'm weaker, I'm 70, but muscle loss is not a life sentence. Sarcopenia doesn't simply happen. It happens because the body is neglected of what it truly needs. Muscles thrive on stimulation and nourishment. When we stop giving them both, they shrink. Think of it like a garden. If the soil is neglected, weeds grow and flowers die. In the same way, if muscles are deprived of movement and real fuel, they wither. But here's the exciting part. Gardens can be restored, and so can your muscles. Even at 80, even at 90, strength can be rebuilt when we understand the right approach. The egg myth. Eggs have long been touted as a perfect food for muscle. Rich in protein, packed with vitamins, they're seen as the go-to solution for seniors fighting weakness. And yes, eggs do have their place, but here's what most people don't realize. Eggs are not the ultimate answer to muscle loss. Why? Because rebuilding muscle requires more than just protein. It requires specific building blocks, nutrients that activate muscle repair, fuel energy, and ignite the rebuilding process deep within your cells. Eggs provide protein, but they lack the complete range of compounds needed to truly halt sarcopenia. So if eggs aren't the solution, what is? The missing key, the power of plant-based protein. This may surprise you, but the most powerful muscle rebuilding foods aren't found in animal products at all. They're found in plants, specifically legumes like lentils, chickpeas, black beans, and soy. These foods deliver not just protein, but something even more essential, a rich balance of amino acids, phytonutrients, and minerals that spark cellular regeneration. Think of your muscles like a house being repaired. Protein is the lumber. It's essential, but without nails, cement and tools, the lumber just sits there. Plant-based foods provide the whole toolkit. They supply not only protein, but also magnesium, potassium, and antioxidants that reduce inflammation and allow your muscles to use that protein efficiently. That's why seniors who shift from relying solely on eggs and animal proteins to including powerful plant proteins often notice faster recovery, more energy, and strength that surprises even their doctors. So what should we be eating? We should be eating a diet that's high in fibre. So all plant foods have fibre. So that meal we had tonight, everything had fibre. So your plant-based diet's fibre. Generous amounts of protein, because every membrane around every cell is 50% protein. And you saw in my DNA lecture, the body needs amino acids to build new cells. So we need protein. And the best protein, the cleanest burning fuel protein, is legumes and nuts and seeds. The secret amino acid, leucine. Now here's where it gets even more fascinating. One amino acid in particular plays the starring role in rebuilding muscle, leucine. This amino acid acts like a light switch. When leucine levels are high enough, the body flips into muscle building mode, repairing and growing fibres instead of letting them waste away. Eggs contain some leucine, but plant sources like soy, lentils, and even quinoa deliver it in abundance, along with everything else your body needs to use it effectively. Imagine turning on the engine of a car. Without leucine, your body never starts the rebuilding process. With leucine-rich foods, you rev the engine and drive muscle growth forward no matter your age. Why most seniors struggle with protein. You might be thinking, but I eat plenty of protein already. Why am I still weak? This is one of the most common frustrations I hear. The problem isn't just how much protein you eat, it's how your body uses it. As we age, the digestive system becomes less efficient at breaking down and absorbing protein. That means even if you're eating eggs or chicken, much of that protein never makes it to your muscles. What's the solution? Choosing foods that are not only rich in protein, but also easy to digest and absorb. Lentils, tofu, tempeh, and black beans are broken down more easily, and their nutrients are absorbed more fully. When you give your body protein that it can actually use, you stop the slow leak of muscle and begin to fill the tank of strength again. The energy connection. Why muscles? Waste. A whey muscle isn't just about protein, it's also about energy. Think about this. Every muscle contraction you make, from standing up out of a chair to lifting a spoon, requires energy. When your energy stores are low, your body actually breaks down muscle tissue to use as fuel. This is one of the reasons sarcopenia accelerates in seniors who eat a diet heavy in refined foods, but low in nutrient-rich plants. Foods like beans, lentils, quinoa, and nuts not only feed your muscles protein, but also provide slow-burning energy in the form of complex carbohydrates and healthy fats. This means your body no longer has to cannibalize its own muscle for energy. Instead, it can preserve and grow it. Inflammation, the hidden enemy of muscle. There's another silent factor that keeps seniors trapped in weakness, inflammation. Chronic inflammation gnaws away at muscle tissue and blocks the repair signals your body's trying to send. And what foods are the greatest culprits? Processed meats, fried foods, refined oils, and yes, even excessive animal protein. Plant-based proteins, on the other hand, are naturally anti-inflammatory. They calm the storm inside your body, making it easier for your muscles to repair. When inflammation lowers, energy rises, pain decreases, and your body finally has the peace it needs to rebuild what was lost. Hope at any age. Here's something I want you to take to heart. It is never too late. I have seen seniors in their 80s and 90s reverse sarcopenia, regain independence, and even surprise their families by walking, climbing stairs, and carrying loads they hadn't managed in years. The human body is extraordinary, and it responds the moment you give it what it needs. So what is the one food group that outshines eggs when it comes to fighting sarcopenia? It's the family of legumes, lentils, beans, chickpeas, and soy. These humble foods have the power to restore what time has tried to take away. So legumes, that's lima beans, black-eyed beans, cannellini beans, chickpeas, lentils, soy. Soy is only a problem if it's been genetically modified. Nuts can be overdone, so 10 a meal. And seeds. So seeds, probably about 1/4 cup per meal. Most people don't eat that many nuts or seeds, do they? Most people don't eat nuts for a month and then buy a packet of cashews and eat the whole lot in the afternoon, is that right? From knowledge to action, where do you begin? Now that you know the truth, that eggs alone won't rescue your muscles, it's time to ask, what do you actually do with this knowledge? It's one thing to hear that legumes and plant proteins are the key, but it's another to bring them into your daily life in a way that is delicious, simple, and sustainable. The good news, you don't have to become a gourmet chef, and you don't have to spend hours in the kitchen. What you do need is a willingness to experiment, to swap, and to slowly allow these powerful foods to take the place of those that drain your strength. The morning advantage. Most seniors start their day with something light, a slice of toast, maybe some cereal, or yes, an egg or two. But here's the problem. This kind of breakfast sets you up for weakness later in the day. It spikes your blood sugar, leaves you tired mid-morning, and does little to trigger muscle repair. What if instead you began your day with a breakfast rich in plant protein? A bowl of warm lentil porridge, seasoned with cinnamon and a splash of almond milk, or a tofu scramble, seasoned, colourful, and full of flavour, served alongside sautéed vegetables. These meals don't just fill your stomach, they flip the muscle building switch first thing in the morning. Why is this so important? Because your muscles are most receptive to protein in the morning, right after your overnight fast. Feed them then, and you maximise your rebuilding potential. The midday refuel lunch is another golden opportunity. Too often, seniors reach for sandwiches with white bread and processed meats. These not only lack the nutrients your body craves, but they actually fuel inflammation. Now imagine a colourful bowl of quinoa topped with black beans, roasted vegetables, and a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds. Or a hearty chickpea salad with olive oil, lemon, and fresh herbs. These aren't just meals, they're medicine. They deliver leucine, antioxidants, and energy all in one plate, giving your body what it needs to repair while you go about your day. Dinner that heals instead of harms. Dinner tends to be the heaviest meal for most people, but heaviness doesn't equal nourishment. A steak or large portion of animal protein can weigh your system down, taking hours to digest and leaving you sluggish. Instead, think of dinner as your chance to restore and reset. A lentil stew simmered with garlic, onions, and carrots. A baked sweet potato stuffed with black beans, avocado, and salsa. Or a simple stir-fry of tofu, broccoli, and ginger served over brown rice. Meals like this are easy to prepare, deeply satisfying, and they feed your muscles instead of draining them. The role of exercise in the puzzle food is the foundation, but it's not the whole story. Muscle is built through a beautiful partnership. Nutrition provides the raw material, but movement gives the instruction. Without exercise, even the best food can only go so far. But here's the key. You don't need a gym membership or heavy weights to fight sarcopenia. Resistance can come from your own body weight, simple squats, chair stands, or wall push-ups. Even carrying groceries, climbing stairs, or gardening with intention can count as resistance training. Every time you ask your muscles to work, you're sending them a message. Stay alive, stay strong, rebuild. Pair that with the right plant protein and your body has no choice but to obey. Hydration. The forgotten element. Muscles are made not just of protein, but of water. Dehydration is one of the silent saboteurs of strength in seniors. When your cells are low on water, they cannot absorb nutrients efficiently, they cannot repair quickly, and fatigue sets in. Too many seniors mistake thirst for hunger, or they sip only small amounts of liquid throughout the day. To truly rebuild muscle, your body needs steady hydration. Herbal teas, infused water with slices of lemon or cucumber, even warm broths, these all count. Each sip is like oil for the engine, keeping every process running smoothly. Micronutrients that matter now. Let's go even deeper. Protein is the headline, but micronutrients are the fine print, and the fine print often determines the outcome. Magnesium, found abundantly in beans, nuts, and leafy greens, relaxes and rebuilds muscle fibers. Potassium, abundant in lentils and bananas, ensures proper muscle contraction and prevents painful cramps. Iron, essential for oxygen delivery, is richly available in black beans, spinach, and chickpeas. Zinc and selenium, tucked away in nuts and seeds, quietly repair damage at the cellular level. Eggs provide some nutrients, yes, but they cannot match the wide, colourful spectrum that plants offer. When your body receives this orchestra of micronutrients, it doesn't just maintain muscle, it optimises it. The hormonal connection. Here's a secret very few people talk about. Muscle health isn't just about food and movement, it's also about hormones. As we age, levels of growth hormone, testosterone, and estrogen decline, all of which play a role in maintaining lean muscle mass. But here's the exciting part. Certain plant foods naturally support hormonal balance. Soy, often unfairly criticised, contains phytoestrogens that gently support estrogen levels in women, protecting bone and muscle. Flax seeds do the same. Foods rich in zinc, like pumpkin seeds, support testosterone production in men, and adaptogenic plants, like ashwagandha and maca, can naturally boost the body's resilience, supporting muscle indirectly through hormone pathways. This is why a shift toward plant-based eating creates results that seem almost miraculous. It isn't just fueling muscle, it's balancing the entire internal environment that allows muscle to thrive. Stories of renewal. Let me share something inspiring. I once worked with a man in his late 70s. He had resigned himself to weakness, convinced that his shrinking muscles were simply old age. His doctor had told him to eat more eggs and meat, but the results were disappointing. When he made the shift, lentil soups for lunch, black bean salads for dinner, and simple bodyweight exercises, within just 8 weeks, something remarkable happened. He noticed his grip improving, his posture straightened. He could climb his front steps without pausing to catch his breath. And by 6 months, his muscle tone had returned in ways he hadn't seen in decades. His family noticed the difference. His children no longer worried when he walked across the yard. His confidence returned, and it all started with one simple change, replacing eggs with plants that carry the full symphony of nutrients, breaking the cycle of decline. Sarcopenia is often described as a one-way street. Doctors will say once the muscles are gone, they're gone. But this is simply not true. Muscles are dynamic. They respond to demand, to nourishment, and to care. When you begin feeding your body the right foods, moving with intention, hydrating properly, and restoring balance through plants, the cycle of decline is broken. Instead of wasting away, your muscles begin to regenerate. And as muscle returns, something else happens. You reclaim your independence. You move with ease. You stand with confidence, and you feel alive again. Why the old advice? Fails for decades. The advice given to seniors has been oversimplified. Eat more protein. Doctors often prescribe eggs, meat, and dairy without looking at the bigger picture. While protein matters, it isn't the silver bullet. Too much animal protein actually creates an acidic load in the body, forcing calcium out of the bones and creating inflammation that sabotages muscle repair. This is why so many seniors who dutifully follow the eat more eggs advice still end up weak, frail, and frustrated. It's not about about how much protein you eat. It's about the quality of the protein, the surrounding nutrients, and the way your body can absorb and use them. The digestive advantage of plants. As we age, our digestive systems slow down. Stomach acid production decreases, and enzymes that once broke down heavy animal proteins struggle to do their job. The result? Seniors often complain of bloating, heaviness, or fatigue after eating eggs or meat. Plant-based proteins, however, are far easier to digest. Lentils break down smoothly, providing their amino acids without straining your system. Chickpeas deliver protein along with fibre, which not only aids digestion but also feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. These bacteria in turn boost nutrient absorption, reduce inflammation, and indirectly support muscle health. So when you switch to legumes, you're not just giving your body protein, you're restoring your entire digestive system to work in your favour. The emotional toll of sarcopenia. Let's step back for a moment and talk about the emotional side of this condition. Sarcopenia isn't only about weaker muscles, it's about losing confidence, independence, and sometimes even dignity. A senior who once carried their grandchildren with ease now struggles to lift a bag of groceries. A person who loved walking in the park may now sit at home, afraid of falling. This creates a cycle: less movement, more weakness, and a growing sense of defeat. The human growth hormone also increases the body's ability to process protein. We've looked at the importance of protein this week, the importance of eating sufficient protein. We've looked at the importance of not drinking with the meals, or we'll water down our hydrochloric acid, and then it won't be able to break down our protein effectively. And now we're looking at another aspect. The high intensity interval training causes a release of the human growth hormone, which increases the body's ability to utilize protein. The human growth hormone also increases the circulation of the blood to the skin. Now, the effect of this is it slows down aging. No wonder the movie stars pay $1,000 a week for this human growth hormone, because their profession is dependent on them looking good, and you can see this helps you look good. Well, I'm offering it to you cut price today. 15 minutes high intensity interval training a day will cause a release of that human growth hormone, and that human growth hormone will remain active for 24 hours. The myth of quick fixes, you've seen the ads. Miracle powders, expensive supplements, magic drinks promising overnight muscle growth. Seniors spend billions on these products, yet they rarely deliver. Why? Because you can't trick the body. Muscles don't respond to gimmicks. They respond to consistent nourishment and movement. A powder may give you an energy rush, but it won't rebuild muscle fibers. A supplement may provide isolated protein, but without the minerals, antioxidants, and enzymes found in real food, it won't trigger true repair. The hidden role of stress is another silent enemy of muscle. Chronic stress floods the body with cortisol, a hormone that breaks down tissue, including muscle fibers. Seniors who live with constant worry, isolation, or unresolved stress often experience faster muscle decline. Not because their bodies can't rebuild, but because cortisol keeps tearing it down. The solution? Find daily rhythms of peace. Gentle walks, prayer, meditation, time in nature, meaningful conversations. These all lower cortisol. When stress drops, the body shifts back into repair mode. Pair this with plant-based eating and the results compound beautifully. The danger of comparison. Let me pause to give a word of caution. Don't compare yourself to others. Some seniors start this journey and within weeks notice big changes. Others may take months. Both are normal. Your body has its own pace, shaped by years of choices, genetics, and unique circumstances. The only comparison worth making is between who you were yesterday and who you are today. Did you add more plant foods? Did you walk 5 more minutes? Did you drink more water? Then you are winning. Celebrate that. Small victories compound into lasting transformation. What about eggs altogether? Some may ask, so should I stop eating eggs entirely? The answer is not necessarily. Eggs can still be part of a healthy diet, but they should not be the foundation of your muscle building strategy. Think of them as a side note, not the main chapter. If you enjoy an occasional egg, that's fine. But let the bulk of your strength come from the foods that truly deliver. The lentils, the beans, the chickpeas, the soy. Let them be the daily heroes of your plate. So instead of regret, choose renewal. Instead of wishing you had started earlier, rejoice that you are starting now. 10 years from now, you will thank yourself for the step you take today. We began by talking about a silent thief, Sarcopenia. But now you know the truth. This thief does not have to win. Eggs are not your savior. The real strength lies in the humble, powerful plant proteins, lentils, beans, chickpeas, soy. They are the foods that kill sarcopenia and rebuild muscle fast. So here is my challenge to you. For the next meal you prepare, let eggs take a back seat. Let plants take center stage. And watch what happens, not just in your muscles, but in your energy, your mood, your confidence, and your future. Because aging is not about decline, it is about renewal. And with every bite, every step, and every choice, you have the power to rewrite your story. If this video helped you understand how to do that, please give it a thumbs up. It truly helps others find this important information. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay healthy.